Alright, so we're going to be doing an oil change on this Vanguard engine. This is on a Godevil surface drive frame, 35 horsepower, got the VPX exhaust. Already drained the oil out of this motor, just right here on the drain plug, using, just take a crescent wrench under this bolt. I don't know the thread size. This is metric, or the bolt, the head size. That is a metric bolt. Took a pair of channel locks, spun the filter off, put a Wix filter on it, and part number here is 51348. Clean it up, spin a new filter on, and you're good to go. So, what I do is I'll take a little engraver, just a small little buzz engraver, and put an 8. I'm at 7.5 hours, so just put an 8 on it with the HR, so I can just look at it at a glance and know how many hours, at what hours I changed this filter. Now this motor has more than 8 hours on it, but the tiny tack has been changed to a new one right there. It has been changed out, and it has about 7.5 hours on the new tack, so figured I'd just put it on with the new tack and let her go from there. So that's it. And what I'm going to run for oil is, this motor is recommended to run 1030, but we're not going to do that. We're going to run a 1040 from AMSOIL with the premium protection with the high zinc formula. So recommended for flat tappets, high performance, heavy duty, higher mileage, blah blah blah. So this will be a good oil for this motor because it does have flat tappets on the cam. There's no roller lifters or anything like that. This is flat tappets. So there's a lot of impact actually in these cams. So we're just gonna open her up. And it should take about 2 quarts. Might take a little more. I've got another one in there. Let me fill this up here and I'll get back with you. Alright, so we just put 2 quarts in this thing. So let's check where we're at. Hard to see. We are just about there on the full mark. I might add a slight bit more. We'll wait a minute and let that keep draining down there and see where it ends up at. So that's just super easy. Just 2 quarts of oil, 1040. It says 1030 recommended. We're going to put 1040 in it, like I said. That'll be a 40 weight when she gets up to temp. And I mean, when you're running this thing wide open, you need to help it out. One thing worth, I guess, noting on these Vanguards is they're not necessarily putting together the best in terms of seals and whatnot. These back cases, this whole back half of the motor, this case here, is essentially the whole rear support of the crankshaft. The rear of the crankshaft and camshaft and everything rides on this case. So all that vibration and everything gets transferred into this back case. So it's got to hold all, it's got to support all that, and it's supporting all that with these bolts down here. And there's a gasket here, and it's real common for these things to leak around these seams here. So they'll start to leak, and there's some pressure. I think you can see it right here. This doesn't have the oil pressure shut off. I think it's an older motor. It doesn't have the oil pressure shut off solenoid. This seam is leaking, so I got to check this every now and then. I'm gonna degrease it and clean it up again. But at some point, this back half of this motor is going to have to come off and be resealed. So that's just a thing that happens with these motors. If you own one, you probably already know about it, and just know it's a fact of life. So I'm not sure if they have that improved in some of the new motors. This motor's a little older, so yeah, but she still runs good. Just check the oil, keep up with it, and if it starts pouring out to where it's unusable, undrivable, then you're going to spend time and take the back half off, take everything off, and seal it back up. Alright, we check the level again. And she's right on. It's hard to see that thing wobbling. It's right on the money. That second hole. Focus. There you go. Anywho, it's right on the money where it needs to be. So 2 quarts. 2 quarts will do it. See if I can do this one-handed. There we go. Alright, let's fire this thing up here. And then we'll let it idle a little bit, let y'all listen to it. So we're just going to pull a choke here. No throttle, just choke it. Woo! Yeah. Listen to that. Brand new prop. Let that rattle for a little bit. We'll let that go through the oil filter and settle back down, and we'll check it again. That might need to add a little bit more once that filter